Political correctness is dying, but that's not the end of the story. See, here's the thing. The era of PC may be over, but can always come back again. In 1996, Bill Clinton said in his State of the Union address that the era of big government was over. At the time, the national debt was $5.2 trillion. Today, it's $21 trillion. Bad ideas do not die, they just fade away temporarily. The only way to ensure that political correctness continues to lose is if we tell the truth. Not useless abrasiveness, not meanness, not false attacks on institutions. We have to tell the truth. Now, listen, this is the hard part, right? This is the hard part. We can't become tribal. The easiest thing to do is attacking people who have been pushing PC. President Trump likes to attack the media, and some of the time, he's right. He's a hammer and the media are a nail, and that's great. But when President Trump complains that everything negative anyone has ever said about him isn't true, or when President Trump says he had the biggest inauguration crowd in history, or when the president says there were good people marching in Charlottesville, that is not him waging an effective war against PC. It is nonsense, it is immoral, and it actually helps those who push PC. Because when we don't tell the truth, it allows the PC promulgators to pretend that they are the ones who are truth tellers. And they aren't. PC is about lies. We can never let the PC left masquerade as the truth tellers, which means we must always tell the truth. Every time we lie, we let them off the hook. We cannot fight the lies of PC with more lies. We can't fight political correctness by claiming victimhood without evidence. That makes us part of the politically correct culture. When they lie, let's call it out. Together, loudly, strongly, but let's not say stupid things just for the sake of melting snowflakes. Believe me, you don't need hot takes to melt snowflakes. A little well-placed truth does it every time. That means that our job is just to spout facts, which is pretty easy. There's nothing wrong with memes. Memes are great. They can be hilarious. They can be awesome. All praise to Harambe. But make sure that they are true. There's nothing wrong with poking fun at the left. Just make sure that what you say can be backed up with evidence. If we want to defeat the left, we don't need to offend them. They're offended by nearly everything anyway, up to and including you breathing sometimes. We need to show that they are liars and we are the truth tellers, and that means telling the truth about everything. It means that when our own side fails, we have to call it out. And it means that when people on our own side lie, we have to stand by the truth. Left versus right matters a hell of a lot less than right versus wrong, and right versus wrong is just another way of saying true versus false. If we want to build bridges, if we want to emerge victorious, if we want to end political correctness and rebuild on the foundations that our forefathers fought and bled and died for, we'll need to stand with decency and with truth. And we can do it. So that means it's time to study up. It means it's time to be unafraid. My mentor, Andrew Breitbart, used to tell people to walk toward the fire. We don't have to fear their slings and arrows because all of those things bounce off of the truth. We don't have to worry about charges of racism, sexism, bigotry, homophobia, because facts aren't racist, sexist, bigoted, or homophobic, and neither are we. Okay, these are just facts. The facts are your shield. Decency is your sword. No more evidence-free victim mentality. No more subjective feelings trumping objective fact. No more silencing perspectives just because they make people feel bad about themselves. It is time today for truth and decency. If we stick with truth and decency, we will win. We'll win because the human soul does yearn for truth and it does respond to decency. We will win because America was built on truth and on decency. And most of all, we'll win because we sure as hell can't afford to lose. Thank you so much.